And I saw you're talking about Grok 3, and so I've only got to play with it a little bit. It's really good. I'm super impressed, and am bugging Elon and his team to give me access to it so I can give all Magi users access to it. But right now, it's only available through their interface, and it's good. I would say it's better slightly in some areas than GPT-4o. And if you activate the thinking mode, it's depending on the task, as good as OpenAI's O1 model. And personally, I'm not a big deep researcher. I don't find that task very useful regularly. Although I did just play with it a little bit to see what it came up with, do some market research for Magi's product. And it came up with really good results. I think it scanned like 65 websites and came up with a full-on report for me. I'm super lazy though, and I don't like to read long research reports. So I didn't actually read the whole thing, but the handful of things.
At least you're honest.
I'm the same way. Do you feel like Grok is like one of the best ones for real-time information, the most up-to-date that you can get?
Well, I think there are, all things being equal. So from a technical standpoint, giving an AI the ability to perform a web search is pretty general. It's pretty par for the course at this point. And I don't think Grok has any secret sauce in how it does it compared to other models. I mean, really, at the end of the day, you're trusting whoever built that function into the AI, because the AI doesn't have that ability outright. It's sort of like, attaching, an accessory onto the AI. So there has to be some degree of engineering of whoever built it has to tell the AI what to do with the information they find and how to organize it. And so there's some degree of, prompt engineering that happens behind the scenes. And so really that's where the secret sauce is. So from what I've tested so far, it is only better in that I think it's engineered slightly differently in how it outputs the information that's scanned. But essentially all these models who have access to web search are doing the same exact thing. They just might organize it in a different way.
Interesting.
But it's phenomenally good. The reason I like Grok so much is because it tends to have a little more personality, and it's a little more fun to interact with. But in terms of, writing style, if you need it to write like copy for your business or for your brand, I wouldn't recommend it because it tends to add its own flavor of writing style in there, which makes it not quite good for, businesses or brands using public facing copy that represents their brand.
It can be pretty snarky.
Yeah. And that's what's fun about it.
Yeah.
I like a little
really like
snark
that. Yeah, for sure.
AI interaction. But
if you're able to get this new Grok 3 into Magi, will it be the same or similar to like those of us that would end up upgrading to that Premium Plus, which is a hefty price that they're talking about charging? Like, are you able to provide basically the same thing inside of Magi?
Yeah. So we actually have 2 versions of Grok in Magi right now. And like I said, like some of the stuff that's web search or deep research type of stuff, these are accessories bolted on top of the AI. So, the engineers at Grok might engineer them slightly differently inside of the Grok app or inside of the Twitter app than we might in Magi. But our goal with Magi is not to copy all the other apps out there. We're building a product that is as flexible as possible. So we try to engineer things that allow the user to have as much control over how these functions work as possible. So the goal here is to really let you do a little bit of the engineering yourself, have some ability to make it more custom to your specific needs, because even as all these products start to pop up, you realize like they're built with a very specific end user in mind, and that doesn't necessarily serve everyone's needs the best. So we try to really build a product that gives you the highest degree of flexibility.
Well, you've done an amazing job with Magi. I mean, it's something I use constantly. It is so great. And I remember when you first started it, it was just ChatGPT because that's all there was back then. and here we are all this time later, and it's amazing how many more things you've added to it, which opened up my eyes. Like Claude, I didn't know a whole lot about Claude when that was added. I'm like, oh, this one's really good, and I ended up using it quite a bit. And then Gemini, which became one of my favorites, and I use Gemini all the time inside of Magi. So you've just done a tremendous job with Magi. So always hat tip to you for creating a tool that is incredibly useful for so many of us.
That's all I'm here to do. Just want to make something useful.
I love it.
Help people work better, smarter, faster without spending a fortune. But yeah, last thoughts on Grok. I would definitely, if you're the type of person who likes to tinker and explore new things, definitely take advantage of Grok's free usage right now, because it's not going to last forever. I think if you go to like XAI's actual website, you can actually use Grok for free for a while. And so what I would do, and what I am doing, even though I already pay for the highest tier of anything Twitter offers, I would definitely just go and play, explore, see what it does, see what you like about it. And I'd love to hear personally how people are using it and what ways they're finding it most useful.
Yeah, I would too. I'm definitely interested. So for everybody here, whether you're watching live, watching the replay, our fellow panelists, if y'all get a chance in the next week, play around with it and see. Because I think it is available for everyone right now. Mm-hmm. I got to this through the left sidebar where it says Grok, and it says at the top x.com/i/Grok. So y'all go. I think the navigation is a little different depending if you have a premium account or just a non-premium, because when I'm on a non-premium account, the navigation is a little different. I don't think Grok is in that exact spot, but look for Grok in your navigation, click on it and see. You'll see at the top, it should say Grok 3 beta, because I think they are letting everybody use it at the moment at no charge.
Yeah, definitely take advantage of that. Well, nice meeting with you. Thanks for letting me in. I just wanted to
Dustin.
Tag along and see what y'all are talking about.
Anytime. You're always welcome.
Yeah.
Always welcome.
Have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll see you.
Thanks, Dustin. Always appreciate your insights. I always just feel so much smarter after Dustin's here with us and learning all these things. So what do you think? If he's able to get Grok 3 inside of Magi, what do y'all think of that?
That'd be great. No need. I'll just keep my regular subscription for the blue check mark and some extra features, and I'll be good. I did notice on the X app, straight out of there. You're right. It's there.
Okay.
So you can actually see
the beta.
Mm-hmm, the
beta.
Beta.
Mm-hmm. Which is actually smart. It's very smart of them to do it. Let people see it and judge for themselves.
Right. I guess the question is, what other benefits are involved with that upgrade, with that price increase? Is it just Grok 3 access, or are there additional bells and whistles that we get for that upgrade? I guess each person needs to evaluate how much is in there. Because like you said, like the bookmark folders, a lot of people don't even know what those are, but to me, it's worth it. So sometimes different users have different use cases. So I don't know what else besides Grok 3 is involved in there.
Yeah, it shows here on the screen. I just put up on the screen the upgrade to premium. Like when I'm on my account and I click on premium, and it'll show you the breakdown between the basic. This is showing the annual. Let me just do the monthly. So the $3 a month, your basic, it says, and I know this is small on the screen. I don't know if everybody can read it. It says for $3 a month, you get a small reply boost, encrypted direct messages, bookmark folders, highlights tab, edit post, and longer posts. If you go to the $8 a month, you get everything in that, plus half of the ads in the For You and following. So when you're in the feeds, you're supposed to get less ads, a larger reply boost. So the more you pay, apparently, the more boost you get on X. I'm not a fan of that. It should be about the content, not how much you pay.
Right.
You get paid to post. So if you want to monetize your account, you got to beat the $8 a month plan to monetize. You get the blue check mark. You get Grok with increased limits. You get X Pro, Analytics, and Media Studio. Those are 3 very good features to have. And creator subscriptions. You can charge a subscription fee every month for your community. When you're at the $40 a month, so this is the new cost, is everything I've mentioned, plus fully ad-free, largest reply boost, write articles. So you can do the super long, basically you could write a book as a post. Radar, which is that's the real-time trend. So it's this enhanced analytics. And then they just added the Grok AI to this, and it says highest usage limits, unlock deep search and think, early access to new features. So
I think they keep changing, like that middle tier where you can monetize. They keep changing. You know, you need 500 verified followers in order to qualify to access that benefit. And they keep raising it and raising it.
Yeah.
So I'm always hesitant. I don't, you know, it's a carrot they're dangling. You
Right.
have access to this if you do this. And that keeps rising. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's at 2,000 verified followers or something crazy. And that's a lot for small accounts.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
not worth paying. Yeah, if you're not, it's going to be a long time
It's a
before
lot.
you get there. Yeah. So
Any other thoughts before we move on? Because boy, do I have some Facebook news to share. But
get
this was
to it.
this was just so interesting with X, and you know, everybody's talking about AI these days, and I'm all about experimenting. So I'm going to play with the free Grok 3 for a while and see. But knowing that Dustin is trying to get it added to Magi, that will be no additional cost for me. So it's like, to me, that's a no-brainer, you know. But everybody just has to do what feels right for them.